It is good. The happy face. You know when you're happy and the food is good, that's what you do.
This is what I do. Listen, you're going to come to my house, you're going to eat.
This is true. But I only came. But I'm thankful for the food. But I only came because I wanted you to make the salmon for me.
Yeah, but she was looking greedy about the face. She hadn't ate anything. But she teared it up. Look, she couldn't even wait, right? Look at the plate. Almost gone.
But Toya, please share what this is.
Okay, so this is eggs over well. I got 3 eggs. She was like, 3 eggs? I'm like, I don't have no meat on here. Give me some more eggs, right? So 3 eggs.
And I'm a meat girl.
That's right. But what replaces the meat is the Brussels sprouts because they're hearty, right? So you have the onions, the green peppers and onions. You have the mozzarella and the cheese. It's doing it. But the seasoning. One second. I got to show y'all the seasoning.
It is a season, but this is so good.
Yes.
And it doesn't have meat, y'all. It's no meat.
This is the secret ingredient right here. This is the secret ingredient. This is Weber's roasted garlic and herb. Right now, I do put onion powder on there. Just a dab of Himalaya salt, pepper. Yeah. But I do stir fry the vegetables in some olive oil, and then I add some butter in there to give it some flavor. Throw it on top of them eggs, baby!
And you have an empty plate.
Look how good that look. Look how good that look. I know
it is so good.
I'm gonna have to do a cooking while coaching session with this.
You should. But Toya, I only came.
No, listen. Me and G have been knowing each other for what? How long?
First off, I can't believe it. Over 30 years.
That's right, because I knew you before I got married. I've been married for 27 years.
Over 30 years, but look, how we look this good.
Would you tell them?
I thank the Lord. This has everything to do with the Lord preserving you. And a good marriage, I think.
And a good marriage.
Good relationship. Healthy relationship.
Healthy relationship. But we got to be honest. Our marriage was crazy at one point.
Okay.
It was. And we had to, pull each other off the ladder of divorce, right? Of frustration, of aggravation, of screaming and going off.
You know what, Toya, if I can be real with you, I think the crazy part for me was realizing that dating was different from marriage.
Why do people think that if they move in on each other, they've been dating for 6 years or whatever, which 6 years is a very long time unless you met him when you was 15, right? But it's a big difference because you can't get up and just walk away.
I used to ask people, how is it different? I mean, you dating and then you get married. How is it different? Baby, Hunty, it is different.
I remember when she has a twin sister. She has a twin sister, Gwenda. And she would be telling me and Gwenda when she was single, I ain't doing all that mess y'all doing.
Did.
I'm not doing all that cooking. I'm not doing all that. Y'all crazy. I ain't doing nothing. And me and Gwenda was like, yeah, okay, your time is coming. You saying a lot of junk because you're single right now. This girl started cooking her butt off. Yeah, cooking and cleaning and organizing.
But cleaning I always did. But the cooking, I even slowed down.
Your cleaning level went to a whole nother level. You can clean, but you organize really good. So you're not just cleaning, you're organizing. So you
and not just for me. It's for the house.
For the whole house.
You have to manage the house.
It's manage the whole house.
And then you have to train them where to put stuff. Everything has a place.
Everything has
Put it back.
Put it back.
Okay,
it's the humans.
That's what drives you crazy.
That's what drives you crazy. You want to throw them all out on the street.
Yeah. No. Like, what is going on in here? And how many times I got to say the same thing? Exactly. That's the crazy part. Either you crazy or I'm crazy.
And you think it's just the kids. It's that big one.
No.
It's the big one.
It's him.
Yeah, it's him.
It's him.
It's him. And so my event is coming up, y'all, on April 22nd.
The 22nd.
Yes, the 22nd. Listen, we started planning this last year, and I can't believe that April is this weekend, okay? And this is the first Satisfied Wife Club conference. It's a one-day experience. I don't even like to use the word conference because it's so much more than that. It's an experience. And just think, I launched the Satisfied Wife Club back in 2020 in the midst of COVID. In the midst, because marriages were falling apart. I had more women calling me about their crazy dating relationship and marital relationship.
As a matter of fact, you were stuck. You had to stay there.
Yeah. You had to be in their face. So here's what happened. When you got problems in your marriage, work is a break. When you got to go to work 8 hours, that's a break. So you know, your time to get to work, your time getting back to work.
Right.
That's about 10 hours that you don't have to deal with that marital issue.
But when you're in the same house.
But COVID made you look straight in the face.
Yeah.
Like you're here.
I mean, you can go upstairs or downstairs if you have one, or in that room, in this room, but you're still here and I gotta face you.
I gotta, the problem is in my face all day now.
All
24 hours a day because everything's shut. And then there was no restaurant for you to go and say, you know what, I'm about to take a break.
I'm just gonna go chill. No, it wasn't no break.
Then nobody want to be around you.
As a matter of fact, COVID showed you how strong your relationship was.
Or how strong it wasn't.
Exactly. Because how many divorces?
Oh my goodness. And murders, suicides increased, spousal abuse increased.
Depression, anxiety.
And we're talking about, you know, we're believers. We're talking about marriages in the body of Christ was not dealing with, it really showed the truth of your marriage in the middle of
perhaps could it be that you didn't deal with it prior to COVID?
Oh, it was already a problem.
It was already a problem. It just magnified it.
COVID just exasperated it. It just put a bright light on it.
It did.
You know?
It did. Hey, you right here. This is the problem. And then you see all these bright lights.
And people start giving up because people don't realize it does take work to develop a successful, satisfying marriage.
I just got serious right there because honestly, marriage is just that, it's work. It's work. And you have to constantly work and compromise and stop old or wrong or bad habits or even the way you think.
Yep. The way you think, your stinking thinking.
Your stinking thinking.
Your stinking thinking.
But my thinking ain't stinking, and that's the problem. You think your thinking ain't stinking.
Right.
It's you.
No, it's you. It's you. You know, you pointed at your husband like, no, you the problem. No, you the problem.
No, it's
and he looking at me like I'm the problem.
It's you.
So we all going back and forth, and no one takes responsibility.
Yeah.
And then the marriage explodes. We're talking about. Listen, we know that the divorce rate is high, and there's a certain amount of people that are going to divorce. Period. Right. Yeah. We know that. Right. Yeah. And there's some that probably should, right? If we're true. We're talking about adultery, we're talking about abuse, things of that sort is happening. But my concern is that there are good people, like good marriages, wholesome marriages, that are going to fall into divorce. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me after being at one of the events and said, man, if me and my ex heard this message, we could have survived because we're the best of friends now. So they know how to be friends, but they don't know how to be a spouse to one another. And it's an art to becoming satisfied.
And this is why this whole experience is so good.
Yeah.
This is why April 22nd, you need to be there.
You need to be there.
It's necessary. As a matter of fact, if you're in a relationship, married, it's for men and women.
That's right. It was for just women, but men are registering. Women are calling me saying, my husband want to come because he came to your last event. And I was like, all right, bring him.
Please.
I mean, like,
please and thank you.
Please and thank you. And come on by, right? Yeah. Come on by. And so what we want you guys to know that if your relationship, dating or marriage, is crazy, you're not alone. If you're either going to go through it, been through it, or you're on your way to it, right? So, or currently, right now, in it, and you don't know what to do, and we got answers.
Because if you say that you have not experienced a crazy moment in your marriage, to me, that's crazy.
No, you're lying.
No, and you're crazy. That's crazy.
Because I know humans. And humans are aggravating.
And the important thing, the important thing is how you navigate through it in a positive way.
Absolutely.
Because there's an answer for every problem, every situation in the marriage.
Absolutely. There's an
what
answer.
Better coach?
That's right.
What better coach?
And we not only have me, I have other ladies that are going to be there that is going to be speaking that are very well versed on this area of marriage and relationship in different areas. We have Dr. Toya that's going to be there speaking to the ladies about sexual purity and the traps that happen in dating relationships, right? We're going to be talking about sex. That's right. We're going to go there. Yeah. This is not your typical conference. I'm going there.
What's the sex?
Everything that the church don't normally talk about, I'm talking about.
Oh.
I'm not playing because I'm sick of us not having real conversations about relationships. And you know what?
Honestly, there are a lot of marriages not doing well in that area.
It's not. It's
not doing. But who wants to talk about that?
Listen. And they coming in,
wants to talk about
they walking in the church, and they showing you a certain face. I've had people come up to me in the lobby at my church, tell me I'm done. I'm sick of this. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I done prayed. I don't even want to sit next to him.
Wow. And if that is you, April 22nd.
April 22nd.
April 22nd, you need to be there.
Your marriage is worth fighting for.
It is. And you know what? These are the conversations that are necessary.
Absolutely.
Really. We were going through when we were talking about, oh, it's essential. No, this is essential.
This is essential.
Because your marriage is your life in some instances. Yep. The person you marry shapes and mold in your future. You all are building something together.
And it's worth fighting for it. But here's the other thing I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about single people getting into the wrong relationship. Oh, I'm going to tell you out, y'all. I'll just tell. Guess what happened yesterday? I had it. You know me. I'll take a moment at a restaurant in a minute. Mm-hmm. So I was out all the way down to the Telegraph Square Lake area, and you know, Fifth Tavern.
Yes.
I went in there to have a moment to do some work on my computer, and there was these two men talking about a relationship, and his friend, you could tell, was trying to help him, and he didn't know how to help him. He said, "Man, I don't know what to do. This is stressing me out." I said, "Why? Why am I here? Like appointed time and place, other people, right?" I said, "Lord, I'm not gonna say nothing." He said, "Listen, I called you to be a light. Open your mouth, right?" I said. So I'm putting on my coat, and I'm like, I can't do this. They gonna know I've been eavesdropping, right? So
all this going through your head.
I done got the bill, right? I'm ready to go. I'm like, listen, I gotta get home, make my husband dinner. And it was like, it kept pulling on me to say something. I finally turned around and I said, I'm sorry, guys. You guys can just like ignore me or whatever. But I'm a wife and marriage coach, and I see you struggling. If you want, you can ask me a question. And they both looked at each other. It was like, yes, we do. Two white guys, very handsome white guys too. And man, I had a great conversation. And the guy was like, I said, I'm sorry for each other. He said, no, if this ever happens again, please interrupt the people. He said, because you don't know how much you helped me today.
Wow.
Because he was depressed about this situation.
Wow.
But he was with a girl for 6 years, and he wanted out because he recognized this is not good for me. This relationship is toxic.
That right there. Because how many times we don't want to let go because 6 years invested in this, and then we make a decision, and then you don't want to hurt that person.
And that's you could tell he was a nice guy. Listen, and he was like, I'm toiling about that.
Everybody is looking at all these wonderful marriages they think are so wonderful. And then they want to be married. And then, you know, I got married when I was older. Some people think they're running out of time. I gotta get married, I gotta have kids, and they are marrying or talking or dating the wrong person.
That's right.
And you don't understand the troubles and what you're going through now. It's going to be magnified. I used to say, when people say, oh, what you going through now? I say, oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, times that by 20. I'm saying to myself,
I told you times it by 100.
Yeah, times it by 100. And you would, listen, I couldn't even think then. The times it by 100, oh, no, please. Not in my marriage. But you know what? If I be real, it was.
If they're lying right now, they're going to be a habitual liar.
If you don't trust them right now,
oh my goodness,
and then he just did something so y'all can get married.
Absolutely.
Listen. Yep. If you don't do nothing else, April 22nd, come out so you can have real conversations like this. Honestly, it will save your life, especially the younger girls. I'm well into my 50s, but if I can talk to people about getting married, the questions you need to ask, what you need to see. Even if they have children, all of that matters.
Right. Yep. If you are a woman like in our age range between 40 and 50 or whatever, you need to grab your 25-year-old daughter and get her to a 30-something, whatever. If she's, you know, she's going to be in the dating world if she's not already dating or have been traumatized by a bad date. Bring her so she can learn now and not make the mistakes that we made. Right.
That's right.
This is what you want to do. Listen, a girl in that came to one of my virtual experiences, she had asked a question. She was dating a guy, and she said, he's everything, right? Like, he's everything you can think of. She said, but it's this one thing. And I said, well, what it is? She said, every now and again, he just go ghost. I said, what do you mean? She said, he just disappears for a week. No response to a text. No response to a phone call. And then when he comes back,
she really think that it was nothing. That's just what he does. It's what it is.
But now she was terrified because it lasts 2 weeks this time.
But you see how we lie to ourselves. The lies we tell
ourselves.
Listen, if he gone for a week,
That's going to be a month in marriage.
It is.
Yeah.
What you don't know is if you're looking for an answer to the problem, it's already there.
It's right there.
The answer is right there. You see it. It's just going to be, that's that magnified we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is going to be magnified when you get married.
Right.
And then here you are talking divorce, or I saw the signs, or I ignored them. You know how many people see the signs
and still
ignore.
And then want us to be happy at the wedding.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want to go to a wedding that I know this is a bad idea. If you're dating, like say if you're a woman of God and you're dating somebody that's not a man of God, I don't want to come.
And you know what? This is a true story. Somebody that I love dearly. I was like, you know, I was torn whether I should say something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, I can't say nothing. This is our happy moment. Mm-hmm. But I was torn.
Happy moment now.
When I tell you, Toya, I was torn. And I said something to her like, well, just wait, or do you think, you know, to her it looked like I was against it.
Right.
And I wasn't. I just like, see some time. Do you know I was thrown out the wedding and everything else? I was thrown out. But it was okay. I was thrown out.
I don't care. I didn't want to come anyway.
Yeah. And honestly, today they're divorced. Now, I'm not expecting her to come back to me and say, you know, you was right. I wasn't trying to be right.
Right.
Sometimes when you see something with the younger ladies, you can say something. If we had listened to the wisdom and counsel that the older women gave us.
If I would have just listened.
If you would have just listened. And so that's all we're saying. April 22nd at WC.
Right. And if she would listen, what happens is when you don't listen, there's shame that comes on you. Mm-hmm. But when someone is telling you, you might want to put the brakes on this, because I told like my kids' friends, I was like, here's how you can surpass anyone in your age group. Mm-hmm. All you gotta do is listen to the adults, because we've made the mistakes. We did something stupid. We wish we can start over. We wish we shouldn't have dated that person because we saw the signs. If you would just listen to us. Remember how when you were younger, somebody say, if I knew what I knew.
If I knew now.
Yeah. If I knew now what I knew when I was young. And I used to wonder, what are they talking about?
And then them older ones will tell you, keep living.
Right.
You will understand some things better by and by. It is coming. Mm-hmm. And you don't ever want to wake up and say, what have I done? Who have I married? What is going on in my life? You don't ever want to live with regrets. You can be a satisfied wife.
You can be a satisfied wife.
And
I didn't think, listen, mind you, some of y'all think that y'all married the wrong person. I have not met a woman who is a wife who have not at least said once or twice in their marriage, I think I married the wrong. Didn't you say it?
I did say it.
I said it several times.
And I know he said it.
I know he said it too. No, he probably said it more than me.
And you know what? This is the crazy part in the marriages that we're talking about.
Right.
When your experience or Satisfied Wife Club is doing this conference, or not conference, what's the word?
It's experience.
This experience, and the title of it is what, Toy?
Crazy Wife.
These are the things that you have in your marriage. Those crazy moments when you say, what have I done?
Right.
Or why did I do this?
That's right.
Oh, no, he crazy. This man, he done lost his mind.
Yep.
Those are the parts you're dealing with.
And what happens is, what we're going to be showing is, we're not just going to be talking to you. We're going to be showing many movies, right? And we're going to show you sort of like the before and after, like what you shouldn't do and what you shouldn't do. So, like when single women are dating and when wives are in their marriage, when they face trouble, they tend to use the world's way to resolve it. They're cussing each other out, they're fighting, they're arguing, they're shutting down, they're sleeping in separate rooms, they run into their mama, their daddy's house. Yeah. You know, they're using the world's way to resolve it, right? Yeah. So that's what makes our relationships that much more crazier,
and
right?
You know what? It does, and that's why you got to stop. And what does the word say about it? Because I have fallen into categories in my marriage where I'm like, nope, I did not do that right. Yeah, I did. I want to have to tell my wife, E.T., come home. E.T., Gigi, come home. Gigi, do it right. You got to do it right. You snapped. Yeah, you do. When you watch that series, Snap, that's how you can snap in your marriage.
Oh, yeah. Don't think you so saved that you can't snap.
Oh, yeah. You know, and that's why the Holy Ghost is real and it works, because it will convict you when you're wrong.
That's why the Bible says, be ye angry, but sin not. What he's really saying is, there's going to be some things that you're going to be angry about, but I need you to hurry up and get out of that anger. You
can get angry. You can.
You don't supposed to be happy if somebody's being rude to you.
Exactly.
You
or if there's infidelity,
right? Or
if they just smacked you or whatever.
Right. You're not supposed to be happy about that.
No.
But at the same time, God is saying, hurry up and get out of that anger.
Yeah.
And because you will snap. At the top of this year, have you seen the murder-suicides in our country already? There was a man that killed 5 of his children, his wife, and his mother-in-law.
Wow.
And they just got out of church.
Wow.
They just got out of church.
And Toya, did you see the Facebook Live where the lady killed her husband? Facebook Live, and the mother was in there, and they were talking. I'm gonna have to show you that if it's still out there. But yeah, we're talking about a wife who went Facebook Live because she found out he was cheating. Wow. I believe that was it. And the mother is in there, and he's telling her, "Hey, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone." And all of a sudden, it went left. Kids in the house.
She snapped.
Husband dead, and now you're in jail.
See, when you feed that anger, you don't realize the death side of anger. That's why God is trying to tell us, listen, you got to hurry up and find your way out of it.
That's right. Because be angry and sin not.
Just this past, what's today? Just this past, I think it was either this past Tuesday or the Tuesday before last, a husband and wife, they were in Bible study. It was the husband's sister who held the Bible study in her house, and they all in the room. They're sitting on the couch.
Bible study.
And Bible study. We talking about believers here, okay? Them went crazy, okay? And so the husband it was said that the husband whispered into, they was holding hands. The husband whispered in the wife's ear, and the wife did like this. Next thing you know, he took out a knife and started stabbing her in front of everybody. They grabbed him, put him down until the police got there, but she died at the hospital. Because people don't get that this thing can get dangerous. We're talking about this is serious.
That's why it's important who you marry.
Yeah, it's important. It is so important. To me, it's the second biggest decision outside of salvation.
That's right.
Because who you're going to marry now in this day could cost you your life.
It could
cost your children's life, your mama's life, your daddy's life.
The seeds and the whole. Oh, that just took me to another whole level.
Absolutely.
Which I'm not going to even go into. But I'm going to tell you this, because if you're not careful, that anger, anytime you could take out a knife, that's somebody who has held on to anger and kept it right here.
Absolutely.
It's right here. You didn't just get angry at that Bible study. That is a buildup.
That's
why
up.
You got to learn that anger and sin not. Be angry, but sin not. You have got to learn that, because you know how many people walk around mad in their marriage for something that happened 10 or 15 years ago?
And threatening, and see here, you got to do, because we have did it, in the history of church, we've done a bad job with teaching women about abuse and how to handle that. Because women stayed in that abusive relationship.
Back in the day.
And they're buried now.
Yeah.
They buried you now, right? You are not a punching bag.
No.
You have a right to protect yourself.
That's right.
Even God protected Jesus. When we always use the analogy that Jesus is the groom and the church is the bride. Well, the bride picked up stones to stone Jesus, their groom, right?
Right.
And what happened? You got to pay attention to that. It says, and he slipped away. He slipped away. He didn't allow them to. Do you know, if you really look at the Bible, no one ever got a chance to put their hands on Jesus until he gave himself?
No, willingly. He willingly gave his life.
Remember when he was with the leader and he said, do you know I have the power to do it? He said, listen, you ain't get no power unless my Father gave it to you.
You understand?
He said, no, I gave myself to you.
That's why he could go to the grave and he could rise and get up with all power. And resurrection is right. Okay, don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
We can go on.
Listen, don't nobody got a better deal than Jesus.
So why wouldn't you serve him? And why wouldn't you go to him about who your spouse should be?
Lord, He already told you. He told you, if you read the Bible, he told you not to pick crazy, right? He told you. He told you that, listen, watch out for signs. You'll see their fruit. Listen, people are not different from the fruit on the tree. They are the fruit on the tree.
I guarantee you, if you talk to most people, and if they're real, they saw some signs. You know what?
I see it all in coaching. They saw the signs.
You did, but we ignored stuff. It reminds me of this. I get in my car and my seatbelt just ding, 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 ding. Got the sign. Put on your seatbelt. Ding, 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 ding. And eventually it goes off. My seatbelt not on, but I done ignored the sign. And now I'm really comfortable because I don't hear it no more. So I'm just driving without it.
Then you have an accident.
Danger. And you fly out the window. Put that seatbelt on.
How many times they got to tell you?
And why do I have to get a warning? Ding, ding, ding. No, I get in. And I was just say, put the seatbelt on. One time he just parked and said, we're not going nowhere until you put your seatbelt on. For your safety.
For your and God's word is for our safety.
It's for our safety.
It's if you read his word, it's really not him restricting you from something. It's him protecting you from something.
Amen.
Telling you, hey, do not be unequally with yoked with unbelievers, right? He says, bad behavior corrupt good good manners. It's something like that. Y'all get the point.
Sorry, we gonna yeah.
Oh, I know my scriptures, but I bet you understand what I'm saying. You hanging around somebody with bad behaviors, that bad behavior is gonna rub off on you. Next thing you know, you acting and talking just like that.
Stop thinking you can change people.
Stop it.
Stop it.
If they didn't let Jesus change them, what you think you can do?
Stop thinking you can change them. And you know, on my plate, Toya, I gotta go.
This
is so much fun. I don't want to go, y'all, but this has been fun.
I got 3 trays of salmon that I made. I'm used to saying salmon.
Yeah, salmon.
And salmon. So all my friends call me when I go on the live and they hear me say salmon again. Salmon. No, I'm going to say salmon.
Just like stop saying lasher. It's losser.
It's losser. Right?
And it's not liver noise.
Tomato.
And it's not liver noise, it's liver noise. And it's not Chicago. See, now we got off. That's the crazy stuff you deal with in your marriage.
Exactly.
That's the crazy stuff.
There's a street called over on the east side of Detroit called Cashew. Mm-hmm. Some people call it Caduce.
Okay, if you call it Caduce, I'm going to hit you in the Caduce. It is not Caduce. And if you say Caduce, I promise I'm going to drive wherever I'm at and I'm going to hit you, okay?
I'm going to knock you straight out.
And if you say salmon, what's the word you say?
Salmon instead of salmon. All right, listen, y'all, we got to get out of here. Y'all better go and register at crazywife.net. Listen, there is a group ticket discount. Grab your girlfriends and say, listen, we want to get help to produce healthy, satisfying relationships. Married, single, separated, or divorced women. Mm-hmm. We're going to be in the house full effect. We're not playing. We're going there.
We're serious. This is about you and your marriage.
And your dating relationship. Because we're handling the single ladies too. We're doing this. If you're separated, you've been frustrated with you've been going through with this divorce, got shame and all of that. That's got to go. We're going there, ladies. We're going there. So April 22nd, it's a full day. Tell your husband, tell your boyfriend, tell your kids, tell your family. Listen,
when they gonna eat?
We gonna feed you good.
You gonna eat?
Listen.
You ain't good.
You ain't good. We got a lunch and lounge hour. You get to connect with other ladies and eat some real good food, okay? From 10 to 4. It's a one-day event. It's going to blow your mind. crazywife.net. We can't wait to see you, but more than anything, we can't wait to see you satisfied.
You can be satisfied.
Hey,
you can be satisfied.
Would you go stop that video and stop playing? Okay. You got to get out of here. See y'all later. Go push the X. Push the X in the corner.
Jesus.
Right now, hit the little corner and the little button. She don't know what she's doing.
Oh, God.
It's still to do it.
Jesus. Oh.